Welcome back to America's Retirement Headquarters, home of the Retirement Guys Formula and America's Medicare Associates with Nolan Baker. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. The website, arhq.com. Don't forget, if you missed the first half of the show, previous editions of the show, you can always catch up online, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you consume your media. Just search for America's Retirement Headquarters. All the previous episodes up there for you to digest at your pace and at your leisure. Again, just search for America's Retirement Headquarters. Back in 2020, singing star Katy Perry and her then-fiancé Orlando Bloom, they bought a $14 million Santa Barbara mansion, but the seller tried to back out a couple days later, claiming his judgment was clouded by post-surgery painkillers. He filed a lawsuit, and now several states are considering the Perry Act that would give home sellers ages 75 plus up to 72 hours to change their minds if they feel pressured into it. I have to wonder, Nolan, have you seen prospective clients who felt pressured on their first visit to another advisor? And what is the process like when coming in for that initial meeting at America's Retirement Headquarters?
Well, I would say that, I'm blessed in the fact that I get to travel and speak at a lot of the industry conferences on the topic of, financial advising. And I do coach and mentor a lot of financial advisors. And so I've seen the process that other firms go through that are out there in the industry. And I would say that I can appreciate the fact that, people sometimes are concerned about going in to, quote, the lion's den because of the high pressure tactic that is sometimes out there in the industry. It's, sometimes no different than going to the car dealership. I know personally I've been to a car dealership in town, and somebody had told me to buy it and figure out the payments later and, just take the car today, right? I've seen other financial advisors who've talked about their sales process, and within the first meeting, they already have the solutions put together for somebody, and they're trying to get them to sign paperwork to move their accounts to a new investment. And, it's kind of that Swiss Army knife approach of, there's one product that fits right for every single situation. And in reality, that's not how it works. The reality is, I think, when you're looking at this, and what people like about our process is, we kind of take a comprehensive process that we've put together. We really want to be the last financial advisory firm that somebody has to work with. And we also believe that the decisions that somebody makes on their finances are going to have an impact on things like their taxes or their health care or their estate plans. So you all need to kind of put it together. The other thing I would say is I give a lot of credit to the United States Marine Corps in teaching me about discipline. I give a lot of credit to the conversations that I heard at the top of the stairs from my parents about, the process of how to put things together in the right way and, do the right things for the right people. So what they should expect when meeting with us is we have created a process here at our firm. That first meeting is really an opportunity for us to have a visit. During that first meeting, what they should expect is somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour. And the goal of that first meeting is to really try to find out what's important to them. So within our binder, what I refer to that process is what we would call our discovery process. In the discovery process, we're going to figure out kind of what their goals and objectives are. We're going to talk a little bit about where they're at today. We're going to talk about, what are the type of things that they want to do and accomplish. We're then going to start to provide them different resources available. So things like, how to avoid some of the biggest mistakes that we've seen retirees make, figuring out, what the beneficiary checklist are. We're usually going to give them some type of homework assignment, which is what we refer to as like our data intake form. And within that data intake form, we're going to gather a lot of that information. That could be things like their investment statements, Social Security. It could be their tax returns, their insurances. We're then going to take all that information, we're going to gather that up, and we're going to put together what is called a team action plan. So a team really here at America's Retirement Headquarters means just that. We have a team of professionals that are able to look at each of the different areas. So when I have a tax question, I'm able to pick up the phone and call, the CPA that we work with or a client CPA and ask questions. Talk to their attorney or talk to the attorney that we work with. When I'm looking at health insurance questions, I'm able to sit down with Scott and formulate a plan that says, what does our income need to be to help make sure that their healthcare costs maintain affordability? Looking at the investments and stress testing the plan and saying, what are the blind spots? What are the traps that are out there? What are the opportunities that maybe this particular family is missing out on where we could take it up a notch? We take that team action plan and we write it up into a summary. And so the other part of the team action plan, it stands for taxes, estate planning, asset protection, and money management. So in our team action plan, we're going to go in and we're going to list out specific details of which of any of those items we feel that we can add value. In addition to that, what we're going to do is we'll also outline any type of cost that's associated with it and working with our firm. Sometimes our firm, has consulting services fees where we might charge a flat fee for a project. Sometimes people just need insurances, and maybe they'll work with Scott on figuring out a Med Sup or a Medicare Advantage. In those cases, the insurance companies, they compensate him, and clients don't have to write out checks for those type of services. Maybe we just need to refer them to an estate planning attorney or an accountant, and that's as simple as us making an introduction. Other times they have us manage money, and they choose to use, our managed money solutions. But by having a written summary and action plan, that would allow the individual and or a husband and wife to be able to take that information home and make a good educated decision about which of any of those areas they wanted to have our firm help us out with. In addition to that, they might look at our team action plan and they might say, you know what? Thanks for the feedback. We appreciate that. We've decided that, we're not going to move forward with this, and then we would simply close the file. They don't owe us anything. They might look at our recommendations. We might have 15 recommendations. They might say, hey, we like these 10. We don't want to do those 5, and that's fine. Or they might say, hey, we want to do all 15 of those recommendations. If we're going to do several different areas, maybe taxes, investment planning, asset protection, insurances, then what we're going to do is we're going to break down those series of meetings where we're focused on one topic at a time. So we're going to have one meeting where we're just working on investments, one meeting where we're just talking taxes, one meeting where we're just talking asset protection, healthcare planning. And by doing that, over the next year, they're going to significantly, in my opinion, understand the entire process of having a comprehensive plan that gives them much more confidence about the decisions that they need to make to have financial security to not only get them to, but as you talk about, Chris, through retirement time. Mm-hmm. So again, that's what our process is. And, if somebody's listening, maybe they're like, I felt like I was sold a financial product and it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. Maybe I don't have a relationship. Maybe you're looking for that comprehensive plan. I'd love to have a conversation and sit down and talk you through our process that we have here at America's Retirement Headquarters.
Because when it comes to your retirement, it's not just about the income. It's not just about your investments or taxes or health. It's about all of it and how it all works together. And so having that comprehensive plan is really, I think, the way to go to make sure that your retirement is as solid and, hopefully as I don't know if bulletproof is the word, but going into retirement. And that is what you get with the team at America's Retirement Headquarters. What you don't get is, that bill of sale, a product presented to you at that first visit, because as Nolan said, it is a get to know you period. You want to make sure if they are in fact going to be the last financial, services group that you work with, it's going to be a long-standing relationship. And so you want to make sure you're on the same page. You guys are working together. They're going to educate you. They're going to, empower you to make the decisions. And it all starts with giving a call. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. It's 419-794-3030. Or you can get a sneak peek of what the team is and get to know them a little bit better at the website arhq.com.